Hi, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my studio. Today I am going to show you a card that's in my series that I started that I didn't know I was starting a series when I started it. So in case you've missed any of the other cards, first I did this Oktoberfest card, and I used the Cuckoo for You set, and the reason I used it is because the dies for this set also are the same dies that work for the gingerbread house, and that was the set that I intended to start with, but I realized that I hadn't used this yet, and if you're going to buy the gingerbread house, the Yummy Christmas that's in the holiday catalog, you might want to see what the Cuckoo for You set does. It's a fun pop-up interactive card, but the dies work for both, and to get the dies, you don't have to buy this, but those are the dies, and they're in the annual catalog, so it's a fun little twist, and not one. I don't know if we've done it before. Maybe we have, but it's just a little bit unusual. So this was the card that I did. Super fun. It has a lot of the fun little blingy things that aren't like sequins or ribbons or anything. So it had the puff paint and the crystal effects and the new ice glitter. So that was the next one I did. And then the video that posted prior was a simpler take on it. And this just used the Christmas trees. And the mercury glass acetate. So that was one, and it used the Christmas trees out of the Yummy Christmas. So that video is also posted. It's a little bit quicker, and it uses a set out of the annual catalog. And so then today I'm going to do another card that is going to use just the hollies. And the fun thing about the holly is it uses this little die out of the cuckoo clock. Let me show you what it. If you get the cuckoo clock set, then the die actually cuts out this little deer head here. So on the Yummy Christmas, it's going to cut out the little holly berry. So I'm going to use the holly berry out of this. That's the only image that's going to be on today's stamped, today's card. And then I'm going to use the one of the host sets that's in the catalog. And in October, everybody who spends over $50 on my web store online will go into a drawing to win one of these. So you might want to spend $50 on my web store, and then on November 1st I will draw from everybody that spent over $50 because this is a real fun set. It's got some great Christmas greetings, and I'm going to use two of them. I'm going to use one on the outside and one on the inside. So let's do the card today. The one I did last, I used some non-traditional Christmas colors. I did flamingo and seaside. Today I'm going to go back to the red and green. So I have a black card base. It's just basic black. So it's just cut in half. And then I have some of the red glimmer paper. And it's, I think it's part of the snowman stuff that's in the holiday catalog, and that is actually my online class of the month for October. So you'll want to check that out. My online class, each month I do one that is a free online class, and the snowmen are my free online class. So I just have a strip. This is a 1 by 5.5. I'm going to mount it down here at the bottom. And then this little scrap here. It's always fun to make the inside of your card look pretty. So I'm going to put this, and then I have a smaller piece of white, because you know if you have a black card, it's hard to sign the inside. So let's put this in here. Just kind of in the center. And then we have this little red scrap here, because when you have this really pretty red glimmer, who wants to throw it away? So literally this is a 5.5 by something. I would say it's maybe like a 1/4 inch, but it was just what I had left. So that gives us a pretty. And then I have one of the stamps. I would tell you what it says, but I'm going to have to stamp it first because I didn't put my sticker on. And this is just with Memento ink. And I'll have to make sure that I stamp it right side up because I did not take time to put the stickers on. Because on my first card, I did not stamp the inside. Of course, I've got it mounted upside down here. I have my gingerbread. I thought about putting the gingerbread, but it really didn't match the style of this card, so I'm going to leave that off. This may be a camp card in October, or I may do the pink and blue one. I haven't really decided yet. So I'm going to put this kind of towards the top to leave room for the, so it says, wishing you a Christmas of smiles and love that will last all year. There's some really great sayings in this set, and I love the font. There's a bunch of really pretty fonts. So we've got that. And then I have a piece of shimmer white. So I'm going to put my hollies. Cheri, where'd you put your hollies? I stamped the card earlier. I have a zillion stamps on my desk. Here it is. So I'm going to stamp one of the hollies in here. And you know, sometimes you might want to do it so you make sure you leave yourself some room, but I did. And then this is shimmery white. And so I'm going to tell you something. I have a lot of people ask me why I color with the blends. And there's a lot of reason. One, I love them. Two, sometimes it's the color that we have that matches. Sometimes it's not the color that we have. So I wanted to use these Toile Tidings glitter enamel dots, and they're in the catalog, in the holiday catalog. And so they are garden green. We don't have a garden green blend. So I tried the olive, and it doesn't really match. It's kind of close enough-ish, but we do have a garden green marker, a Stampin' Right marker. So when you color with the markers, this is one of the reasons I don't use them. Let me put it up on here. So when you color with blends, the blends, it's hard to explain, and I'm going to put a picture of these. I took a picture and I will put them on my website. The blends color kind of like when it dries, it's alcohol ink and it goes underneath the stamping, for lack of a better word. So the stamping is always on top and it's always beautiful and it doesn't have lines. When you stamp with this color with the Stampin' Right markers, the color stays on top of your stamping. So obviously you have to stamp first so you know how to color in. So it's not as, they're not really designed to color with. You can watercolor with them, but I was really, I'm kind of stuck on this retro card kick, and I really wanted the bold image. So you can kind of see that's on Whisper White cardstock. So if you color on the shimmer, it has a little bit of a coating, and so it will, I'm going to show you, because on the inside of the card, it doesn't matter as much because it's going to be the inside. So I'm going to color the shimmer, and I'm going to color the Whisper White just to kind of show you. The other thing is our Stampin' Right markers, after you color with them a ton of times, the tips they just don't hold up as well as the blends. So the secret is color fast. That helps, because the more you color, especially on the Whisper White, you have a little bit longer because the Shimmer White has that lovely coating. Plus it's just beautiful. Y'all watch me, you know the shimmery white's my favorite cardstock. And then here's the garden green, and it really does, I mean, it just, when you use the right color, it just looks better. So what you want to do if you're coloring a Whisper White is like try to get full strokes. So you don't have to go like back and back, but every place where they overlap, like it just does. You know, if you've colored with Crayola markers, I mean, they're a marker. They're not a coloring tool like the blends are. The other reason, now see, you can, everywhere I go over it, it just makes it a little bit darker and it covers up the ink a little bit more. Whereas when the blends dry, it kind of seeps underneath because it's an alcohol ink. And so that's one of the reasons. The other thing is when you buy our markers, you have to buy a whole color family, which is fabulous because you can use them in different ways. You can color on your stamp with these, and you can't do that with the blend. So I could have colored my leaves green and my berries red and had that be the color, but I wanted the black. So see, the blends wouldn't look like that. If I colored with my blends, they would be all beautiful like that, the leaves. The berries, the red did pretty well because it's a smaller image. But now on the shimmer, because it doesn't soak in as fast because of that little coating, it does work better. So my leaves on the top of my card will be shimmer, and it'll work just fine. It's still not as pretty, and you know, my wish is that one day we'll have the blends in all the colors, and this won't be an issue. But you know, if one of your markers dries out, or you know, your kids, and when we had our puppy a long time ago, she got a couple of my markers and so she chewed them up. So you lose one marker and then you have to buy the whole color family again of markers. If one of your blends dries up, you just replace that one blend because we do sell them that way. So here you go. You can kind of see the difference. So the blends are really my coloring tool of choice, but if I was going to watercolor them, I could have used my Stampin' Right markers. So then There is the Big Shot. I've already done this. You can see there's one missing. So you can cut that out with that. So get that one out of the way. So the inside of a card's done. And then I'm going to take the fabulous stamp set, or the stamp out of the giant, the one that says Christmas Greetings, which you can't see it because I didn't put the sticker on. But I've got our Versamark ink. I'm going to stamp it just kind of down here in the corner. Actually, I don't know. I may have touched that, so we may have some fingerprints on here because I may have touched it when I was messing around with those things. We'll hope not. So I'm going to emboss this with the Shimmer Black Stampin' Emboss powder. This is a new powder and it's in the annual catalog. It also comes in white, but it's shimmery and we all need some shimmer at Christmas. See how pretty this is? Shimmer, shimmer. So you just pour this on. And it goes perfectly well with my 50s, 60s retro kind of feeling that I'm going with on this series of cards. And I promise that I'm about ready to stop. So if you're tired of this, this is the last one in this series. And I'm going to move on. I have another monster thing coming up. So we're going to go back to Halloween and then maybe hit a Thanksgiving thing. And then we'll get back to some Christmas stuff. Okay, it's this time of year where you want to do Christmas because you know you need to get ahead. But we still have Halloween and Thanksgiving, right? So let's just heat this up. I'm going to stand up so I can see what you're seeing. I like to get my gun hot, and most of you know I like to heat from the bottom, and you know why. But it does heat faster from the top, so let me aim it up here. Hopefully this is the last video that I'm recording on this iPhone because I have the super fabulous iPhone with the 3 cameras coming. It should be to me tomorrow. And I'm expecting fabulous things from it because, you know, I watched the commercials for it. And I got it specifically for my videos. So I'm hoping that in these low light situations like today, it was sunny earlier, but now it's all gray. So I think I've got all that. So see how sparkly and pretty that's a great Christmas black. It's also a great Halloween black. So we may hit that up on my monster thing I have coming. You're gonna love it. So make sure you come back for the little, it's a monster treat. So this card's super fast. So we are going to take my favorite ribbon, because this also again has the 50s retro feel, and get a bunch of it because you know this ribbon's pretty and it squashes nicely in your envelopes. So about a yard, double it over. And this is one where I don't mind wasting a little bit on the back. And this is cut 3 inches. It's 3 and about 5. And it's doubled over. And then you're just going to tie a bow. And if you follow me on Facebook, you know that yesterday, it won't be yesterday because you know none of these things get posted in the right order, but today is Sunday in the filming day, and yesterday was Saturday in Facebook Live day. I stuck a bunch of these in some refill dye, so we'll have some fun colors coming. So I might have done a garden green if I would have been thinking about it, because that would have been pretty in here, but the white looks nice and festive and keeps it kind of clean. So you have this, and you need to do a little bow here. And the ribbon does kind of stick to itself, so keep your ends, like stick your hands in the ends when you have it. And then kind of pull those out. And sometimes I do like one at a time so I can kind of keep it going. And then get your other one. And pull that. And then you want to make sure your 2 ends right here stay about the same. So that ends there, that ends there. And I'm going to cut that one later, so those are my 2 ends. And then you're going to tie another bow with these. That's why you needed a lot of ribbon, and I probably could have had a tiny bit more. But you know, you're gonna stick this in an envelope, so you don't want it to be super, super poofy. My other one on my other card is bigger than this. Well, I didn't grab it. So we'll try it again. You know, it's always easier if it's right underneath my eyes and not, my arms aren't stretched out so you guys can see. But we'll get it. So you're just tying another bow, another whole bow. It's getting that second loop through here. There we go. And then once it's on there, just pull it tight. And I know it looks a hot mess when it's like this, but then you just take these and separate them out. Because when you pull it tight, they all kind of just shrink up on themselves. But just fluff them back out. And then when you go to the post office, the lady's gonna like put her hands all over them and say, act like something dangerous is inside. No, it's not an explosive. And all the questions they ask. It's just a ribbon that I tied a big knot in the middle of. Or you can get one of our clear envelopes and then, you know, she can see that it's just a ribbon. There you go. So now you have a cute little ribbon. And so now you just got to stick it all together. So I stick this here. And then I did take, after I cut this out, I wanted it to be able to be dry. So you can see now my berries have, they're raised up and shiny. Because I took the, nope, I didn't take that because that's the Snowfall Crystal Effects. There's no, I mean, puff paint. This is the Shimmer Crystal Effects. And I put this on here and now it's dry. I just didn't want you to have to wait for it to dry before I could put the card together. But you just squeeze it on, and if you watch any of the other videos preceding this one, the gingerbread ones, you'll see that I use it on there. So now those are nice and raised up, because then when you put these on here, they will match. Because it looks like they match these. So just take a couple of these and just randomly add them. I added 2 of each of the colors. And 2 of each of the sizes. Super fast and super vintagey. I liked the look, and I do like to have some traditional color options, especially when I do my classes. You can see this ribbon was a little puffier because I've taken the time to pull all of these out and puff them back up. So just puff them back out and you'll be good. But super easy. And I love this large greeting. So if you want to get, I do have one more, and I know I told you in the gingerbread house stamp video that I am working on a picture frame with this. But sometimes we like sets like this, but realistically, if you're going to do very many Christmas cards, you may do, you know, this card for some really special people, but you're not going to make 50 of those if you send lots of cards. But you can get this and do it for, you know, the special people. And then when you need to make a lot, you know, for your coworkers or, you know, your neighbors or people that you like to send cards to, but that you don't necessarily want to take time. But these are all, you know, 3 fun cards from one set, and they all look totally different. So there you go. So that's it for now for the gingerbread set, and I will stop with that. But if you want to see up close pictures of this, you can go to my website. My free online class for October is the Snowman. I always forget. It's not the Snowman Showcase. I don't know why I keep wanting to call that, because last year our thing was called the Snowflake Showcase, and I just keep thinking it's that. But the details for that are on my website. And remember, everybody who spends over $50 in October on my website will go into a drawing for this on November 1st. So that's all I have for you today. Everybody have a great day. Bye.